Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. One of the things I get asked is, how do I know I've ascended to 4 or 5D? And here's just an example of something, a real life situation. The other day, it's all on how you look at things. And the other day, I had bought paint and just, a quart of paint, put it in a bag, brought it home. I went to pull it out. The bottom of the bag broke and the paint fell to the floor and the lid popped off. Well, you know what happens. Paint runs everywhere. My initial reaction, because I'm human, is, what the, you know? And then I thought, you know what? I got to get this stuff up. Getting angry, getting frustrated, fussing and cussing isn't going to clean this mess up. So, let me clean this mess up. So while I'm cleaning it up, I'm thinking, you know what? Yes, the lid, I don't know if the guy didn't put the lid back on right. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I thought, you know what? I probably should have double bagged it. So that's on me because I checked myself out. And then I thought, because I'm doing some repair work, so I had Bondo. I had bought a Bondo scraper. And I was like, I have a Bondo scraper. Because I'm thinking, how in the hell am I going to get this paint off the floor? So I went and got the Bondo scraper. I got most of the paint up off the floor, put it back in the can, and I'm just thinking, you know what? It'll be okay. And while I'm sitting there the whole time I'm thinking, being thankful for this or being thankful for that. And, I was able to get the paint up. It didn't go everywhere. I mean, it's not like it covered my walls. So I was thankful for that. And I will tell you, being in that state of gratitude, when I put the paint on my counter, it had less stuff in it. I mean, I've painted a lot in my life. Usually you're pulling bristles out of your brush, you're pulling lint out, you're pulling globbed up paint out, you're pulling stuff out of your paint. This paint went on so smooth, so perfect. I think I had one, maybe two pieces of like paint from the can, and because I didn't let it bother me, I went through the rest of my day and I was fine. Now, you say, well, okay, Whippy, how does that say that you've grown into 4 and 5D? Have you ever run into somebody that grumps about everything? They're never happy. You ask them how their day is. They find fault with everything. You do something that they don't agree with and they bitch at you, or they give you, they're hateful, they're mean, they're opinionated, they're judgmental. If you turn the wrong way or you pick up, you fix something differently, or you have a different idea, they argue with you. And they find fault with you. That was me. The old me would have fussed and cussed the entire time I was cleaning up the paint. I'd have been on the phone cussing Home Depot out, or been in there fussing at the guy that fixed the paint, that did the paint, and expecting some kind of satisfaction back out of Home Depot. and I'd have had a miserable day. You know, I'd have fussed at everybody that came into my path. Nothing would have gone right, which would have made it worse, and I would have fussed and cussed about that. That, and this is not, I don't say this to brag. I don't say this for any reason other than when you can step back and notice things like that about yourself, you know you're ascending to a better place. You know, and that's just one thing. You know, that just happened, 2 days ago, I think. So, you know, when you can look at things, and I will tell you, when I come across people now, because I know that that's how I used to be, and I see that I was like that because of what was inside of me, the anger, the hatred, the resentment, the frustration, the unhappiness, the everything. I was miserable. I was miserable. And I wanted to try to make everybody else miserable. And I wanted to try to make everybody else see how miserable my life was. Well, everybody else didn't care how miserable my life was because they were going through their same shit. Their own shit, not the same thing as me. So when I realized that I had to fix me and that's all I could fix, my whole life shifted. And it has become so much better. And it didn't happen overnight. I mean, this has been a journey. I didn't flip a switch and go from, you know, angry bitch mode to love and light overnight. But when you get to this point, life is amazing. It truly is. And you can see gratitude in everything. I mean, and I'm so much healthier. I don't have the aches and pains. I don't like ever get headaches anymore. I rarely, of course, I've never been a sickly person anyway, but, you know, I rarely get sick. I think the last thing I got was a sinus cold or whatever when the seasons changed. It's just, you know, you live such a better life. And when I come across people that are like I used to be, I can have compassion for them because I was there. I get it. Does it mean, you know, that it's just, I don't judge them. You know, the old me would have judged them. The old me would have just, it wouldn't have been pretty. So, like I said, when you can look at improvements in yourself and you can see where you were and now where you are, and it's a better place, and you're happier and you're healthier, and you see things from a better perspective, and you can find the gratitude in everything, you know? I mean, and another thing I will tell you, I was upset because my lamb destroyed, well, she didn't destroy, but she knocked the side off of my chicken coop. She's a destructive shit. Anyway, she knocked the side off my chicken coop. And I've been dealing with her for a week doing that. I'll put the side back up, she'll knock it back off. This morning, she had knocked it off again. I even tried blocking the door to keep her out. And this morning, I walked out there and I had a mama duck sitting on eggs. 2 of them hatched, so she has 2 babies. Well, this morning, mama duck and the 2 babies are like walking around inside the little fenced in area that the coop is in. Well, the part that my lamb had knocked off was at an angle. And I got ready to pick it up and I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to leave it right there because it's perfect. It's a ramp because the coop sits up, off the floor. And I thought, this is perfect. It landed perfectly for those little baby ducks to have a ramp to go right back up into the nest. And then it gave me, because I went into that gratitude mode and that happy mode and all that, I thought, you know what? There's another way around this. So I came up with another way to block the door, which is even better, that she can't get in. Because I don't want her stepping on the babies or, any of that stuff. They're so tiny. And I mean, the mama duck, she's pretty feisty, but she's no comparison for my sheep's hard head. Literally, she has a hard head, inside and out. So anyway, like I said, be happy. Find love and joy in everything. And life gets so much better. And stop, because I know a lot of you are on your journey. A lot of you have come a long way. And when you can look back, just have gratitude for what you went through, because it happened for a reason. It got you to where you are. If you hadn't gone through what you went through in the past, you wouldn't be where you are now. And sometimes, you run, because I've seen people, my daughter was one of them, I've seen people that are going through hard stuff. And you think, what is it that's going to bring them to a better place? Sometimes they have to hit rock bottom. I had to hit rock bottom before I woke up. She hit I don't know, she hit pretty hard before she woke up. And when you see people, when you get to that point and you get to the other side and it's so much better and you see people struggling, you don't want to see that train wreck, but sometimes that train has to wreck for better things to happen. So, but all you can do is to be there for them, to help them through that wreck. Scrape away the rubble, help pull them out, and help them get to a better place. With everything that's going on now in the world, some people they're gonna hit that train, or that train's gonna hit them. Some people won't make it. Some people, because there are people that are asleep and have no idea what's getting ready to happen. There are some people that think they know what's coming, and it's still going to hit them. And then there's people that know stuff is coming, and it's still going to hit us. But when you're grounded and you can see the positive in everything, and there's a bigger picture, it's easier to deal with. And you don't live in stress and worry. And, stress and worry, it tears your body apart. I had aches and pains every morning when I got up, and headaches and, you name it. Now, I don't have any of that stuff. So be happy, be thankful. You have come as far as you've come. If you have shifted from the old you to the new you, be proud of that. Not in a prideful, arrogant, I'm better than you are way, But love yourself and be proud of yourself, because it takes a strong person to look at the emotions and the fears and the anxieties inside of you and face those head on and tackle them. You know, I watched a thing yesterday from Joe Dispenza. If you don't know about Joe Dispenza, you need to check him out, because the things that he talks about, it's proven. He's got science behind how your brain works and how the negative thoughts are destroying you. And he even talked about how you could shift, because if you had told me when I was grumpy and hateful and angry, if you had told me to stop and be grateful for something, I'd have told you to kiss my ass. You know, I'd have been like, you're crazy. This isn't going to happen. It's not me. Everybody else, you know, it was everybody else. But when you start thinking about, and I couldn't see a happy life, I just saw misery and things repeating themselves. But when you can really go, you know what? What if my life got better? What if, you know, I could have the life that I wanted? Your body doesn't know. Everything is a program in your mind. Your body doesn't know, your mind doesn't know whether it's in the past or in the future. It's a program. And if you're miserable, you're living in the past. Shut that program down and reprogram your mind to the positive, to what you want to see. And when I started doing that, my life shifted. Like, I can't tell you. I am so happy now. Oh my God. Happy, the word happy pales into comparison to how I feel. And it's reprogramming your mind. Because when you envision the life that you want and you feel that emotion, that reprograms your mind to a better place. I mean, believe me, don't believe me, it doesn't matter. I know it works. I've lived it. I'm living proof. So, you know, like I said, I know a lot of you are already there, or you're well on your way. If you're well on your way, or you're breaking through and you're starting to scratch that surface, keep going. It's a journey. Things will still trigger you. Things will still upset you. But it's how fast you shift your mind back into the happiness and the gratitude. That is the sign that you're improving. That is the sign that you're getting better. And you're on your way. You know, if you stay angry and hateful and resentful for days, work on it. Give yourself grace. Know that it's a journey, and as long as you're trying to be better, and if you reach out to me if you need help with this, because like I said, it's when you release the trauma, the fear, the limiting belief, when you release that, you heal yourself. You don't need medicine. You don't need drugs. And I'm not saying, don't go stop your medicine. But I can tell you every single session I've had with people where they've come to me for help, every single one of them. I don't go into it. They're all different. Every one of them's different. I don't go into it to heal them, whatever their ache or pain or condition is. But I will tell you, when we get finished, every single one of them had a pain and it's gone. Had a fear and it's gone. They had a limiting belief and it's gone. And they feel so much better. So, it's beautiful. And I love seeing people get to that point. So anyway, like I said, if you want help, reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you. Because sometimes we can do this on our own. I mean, I leaned on a bunch of people through my journey, and I learned a bunch of stuff. So I didn't do this all on my own. Because I didn't know what I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. But you have to be willing to open up to the fact that there could be more than you think you know. And get, sorry, the chair's rocking, my cat jumped in my lap. Don't think you know it all. I did. I thought I knew it all. When I realized I didn't know any of this, and I opened up to what else is there, it was like the floodgates opened. And when you're ready, they say that saying, when the student's ready, the teacher will show up. Yep. When you're ready, the teacher will show up and you will learn. So anyway, I hope this makes sense. I hope this helps somebody. I hope this gave you, if you're struggling and you're like, I don't know if this is working. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Like I said, look back at the old you. Are you in that same place? Have you changed for the better? Do you see things from a happier place? Then that's a good thing. Keep going. Keep going. And if not, the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. If you're trying to be better, if you're trying to heal yourself, if you're trying to get to a better place and what you're doing isn't working, maybe you should try something else. Because it does work. It's just the vehicle you get in. Some vehicles are broken. I was in a broken vehicle. It wasn't taking me anywhere. It was keeping me in that dump. So find a better vehicle. Feed your mind with positive things, not negative stuff. Stop watching media. Stop listening to doom and gloom. Stop living in fear and worry. So have an amazing day. I am grateful for all of you. I send you all love and light. And like I said, it's going to get tough. But put yourself in a better position in here. to deal with what's coming. Not on the exterior. In here. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Have an amazing day and an amazing week.